Today I'm going to cook fried apple pies. This recipe calls for your fried apples. I'm using dried apple rings, a 6-ounce package. You'll need an 8-count can of biscuits. I'm using the butter flavored. Flour, powdered sugar, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a half cup of sugar. You'll empty your apples into a saucepan that has a lid to cover the apples so they'll get tender. I put my apple rings in the pan and cover them with water. Cook them start them on high till they get heated, and then cook them on low till they get fluffy, and you can mash them up and make your fried apples for the inside. All right, we're gonna start with our biscuits. I'm gonna have to put some glasses on because I had cataract surgery and I can't see close up anymore. Okay, I'm gonna roll this biscuit out till it's very thin. When you got it rolled out, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of your fried apples. This is what they look like after you cook them down and they're ready to go inside your pies, your crust. Don't go all the way to the edge because you're going to have to fold them over and make your pies. I've got just a cup of water. Wet your finger and go around the edge of your dough. Then turn it over and make your pie. Take your fork, regular dinner fork, and mash the edges together. After you do one side, turn it over and do the other side the same way. That's one pie ready for us to fry. Continue to do this until you get all of your biscuits rolled out and the pies filling put in and crimped with your fork to make the pies. Now we're down to our last biscuit and make our last pie, and then we'll be ready to fry. These are great to carry to church socials, for kids when they come home from school, or just to eat yourself. I've tried to make these many times. It just takes practice. I finally got to where I could make them stay together. If your dough gets out of shape a little bit, you can just barely trim the edges to make a pretty pie. All right, now we have our 8 pies ready to fry. We're gonna fry 2 at a time. We want to fry these till they turn golden brown. We've got our pan set on 300. Don't want to cook them too fast and let them burn. Normally I put these on a rack to cool, but since I'm out of sorts today, I'm not at home, I'm at the lake. So we're gonna just put them on paper towels and let them cool before we add our powdered sugar. If you put your powdered sugar on them while they're hot, it'll melt your sugar. But if you let them cool, you're gonna have that sugary coating on the outside. I'm using peanut oil to fry my pies in. It doesn't seem to burn as fast as regular oil. We got that one's pretty golden brown. Well, some of my children wanted me to do these recipes so they could be handed down from generation to generation. A lot of times I don't measure things, I just put it together. But since they wanted me to put this where it could be filmed, I tried to measure out and get measurements on what I would normally just pitch in. Doesn't have to be exact. Use an electric skillet, more likely you're not going to burn your pies. Be careful when you're cooking them because you can get burnt with this grease sloshing out on you. Oil, hot oil. And leave this one's done. A picture of that. That's a perfect little fried pie. It's brown on this side, it's brown on that side. All right, we're gonna add 2 more. Now this one didn't shape out too good, so we're going to stand it up on the edge to brown where it didn't brown. Just take just a minute or two for it to brown on the side. Now, just a slow process. This skillet is a little bit larger than the one I usually use, so we're going to try to put 3 in this one and see how that'll do. I've always liked to cook, even when I was very young. My mother worked at the garment plant factory, and I remember going to a neighbor's house and getting her to teach me how to make cornbread. And I was going to surprise them cooking dinner for them. Of course, mostly what I cooked was just canned vegetables that you open and have to warm, but I thought I was doing good. It helped them to not have to eat sandwiches every day. We didn't live too far from the plant, and they could come home at dinner and eat. I love cookbooks, especially church cookbooks. My library has probably 100 cookbooks in it. I just like to read them. I don't try all that many recipes, but sometimes you decide you want to get inventive and you'll strike out and try something new. If you don't like it, you don't have to make it anymore. But if you like it, mark the recipe. Say one of my favorites. Okay, we got our pies cooked, cool, and now we're ready to sprinkle them with our confectioner's sugar. Just dust it on there. Now it's time to try one out. We're gonna fix this for Ronnie. We're gonna give him a scoop or two of ice cream on top. And now it's ready to eat, and as they say, it'll make your tongue slap your brains out. Hope you've enjoyed this little cooking lesson. We'll come back later with another one of our family favorites. Thank you, and God bless.
All right, Joel.
Larry, you come get your pie. You come get You want ice cream?
Yo.
You want ice cream, Larry?
Man, y'all don't know what you're missing.
You got one of these, Ronnie?
Mm-hmm. How many did you eat the other day?
Six.
6?
6, I guess, then. Yeah, well,
Yes.
they're good, ain't you, Ronnie?
Mm-hmm.